What's up guys, MGH here and welcome to the final post commentary before I start doing live commentaries again. Sorry, I just mixed up my words there. So basically guys, I did read the feedback over the last few episodes and you guys loved the live commentary, so they will be back from after this episode beginning in the January transfer window. I still had this footage left, so this episode is going to be a post commentary. We're going to get a lot of matches into it. And the first match is up against Fulham, who I think have had some really good form in my season so far. They're not doing too badly at all, so I've got to be wary. Try not to lose any points. That should have been a pen. Carried on going. Gonna smash it, and it's... yeah, okay, we'll forget about that. Wish I took the penalty instead, but actually the referee didn't think it was a penalty, clearly, which is a bit of a shame. But we make up for it. Wilson there, stabbing home from close range. 13 minutes in, not too bad. But talking about Fulham, by the way, guys, I really miss Fulham. I don't know what it is. There's something about the Premier League without Fulham is really odd. It's like Norwich as well. I'm just so used to seeing Norwich in the Premier League and Wigan and teams like this who, you know, may not have been in there for long because they've been up and down a lot over the last 10 years or so. They just feel like, I don't know, they're part of the Premier League. So I hope one day Fulham will return. I know that they've been really struggling this season in real life, and talking of struggling, how about that for hitting the bar there with Wilson? I'd like to see Fulham come back at some point, so let me know in the comments if you're a Fulham fan. Do you think they'll be back in the Premier League in the next 5-6 years or so? Because I don't know, it's going to be a difficult one, but either way, we were playing really well in this game despite only winning 1-0 at this point. Wilson goes through on goal, and it's just another one of those easy goals. I seem to score these every single game. You just chip it over the defensive line and you go through and score with Wilson. It's a simple rinse and repeat. He gets a double in this one and that gives him 14 goals for the season so far, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, we're moving on to Leeds now, and away from home at Leeds is always going to be a difficult game, and it didn't start off well actually. You know, I've got to say I haven't been too bad defensively wise in this series so far. I think I've done pretty well, but Tyrone Mings there gets a little bit too excited to get the ball and takes out the attacker, and of course they're going to put that one away. I thought about going down the middle. I can remember doing this about 2 days ago. I recorded this gameplay. I sat there going, right, I'm going to go down the middle, and then something changed my mind towards the end. And number one rule with penalties, both taking and trying to save them, is don't change your mind. Just go with your gut instinct. I wish I did. But either way, Jack Grealish doing some work here out on the left. What a beautiful finesse shot that could have been had it gone in, and it was saved. So we're still 1-0 down at this point against Leeds. We get ourselves a free kick on the edge of the box, and my right back Smith goes for it, and it's just over the top there. Not my best free kick taker, but I didn't have Arta in the lineup today, which was a shame because I really needed him there. But we weren't going out of this game without a fight. I wanted to get this back to a draw, and we do get the goal finally. And it's Grealish. He's been playing left side more than often. I think Fraser, I got a little bit frustrated with him towards the end of the last episode. So I'm going to kind of switch them around a bit, get Fraser in, get Grealish in, and just kind of alternate them. And we'll just see how we get on. But he does score the odd goal. Wilson hits the post there, which could have made it 2-1. Would have been a really good 3 points. And look at them trying to freaking hold up the ball again. So broken. This is Leeds at home. And it worked. They got themselves the draw, which is clearly what they were going for. But either way, a point is a point. We'll take it, and we'll go on into the next match. But first, we've got some contracts to do. We've got a risk of losing 2 players. One of them being O'Kane, who I've really started to enjoy using. And at this point, I'm going to be honest, guys, I was thinking of just not signing up some of the other players like Koulibaly, Zubar, and all these guys that I probably won't use. But then I thought, but it's free money. If I just sign them up, you know, most of these guys do not want an improved contract. Why not just sign them up and sell them at the end of the season? It's just a no-brainer. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up every single one of these players on a new contract, offering them exactly what they wanted. And like I said, no one wanted an increase in salary, which was nice. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then at the end of the season, hopefully, we'll be able to move them on. And providing that we've been promoted, we'll have some extra funds to spend when we get into the Premier League, which would be absolutely vital if we're going to survive. But now we're going up against Wigan. I really love Wigan. I absolutely love what's his name? David Whelan, I think it is. Is it David? I know it's Whelan, but I sometimes get mixed up with first names. I think he's an absolute legend. He makes me laugh a lot in his press conferences and stuff and interviews. So it would be nice to get him back in the Premier League with Wigan. And whenever I think of Wigan, I always think of that win they got against Manchester United. I think it was 3 seasons ago. And it was their left midfielder. I don't want to say his name in case I got it wrong, but he just bends it in with a finesse shot outside the box. And it actually went on to hurt Man United an awful lot and kept Wigan up. Just absolutely incredible. But the first half against Wigan was pretty terrible. We then get a chance with Grealish trying to bend one in. Unfortunately, that finesse shot was terrible. And Wigan in their disgusting yellow kit. It's got to be the worst kit in the Championship. It is so ugly. When you see it up close, it is horrendous. And still no luck so far. We get a chance there with Francis, who, you know, admittedly I haven't used enough. He is 70 rated. He's pretty decent, but he's a 30-year-old right back. I'd rather get Smith up to 70 by the time we get in the Premier League, which he almost is at already. I think he's 69. So, yeah, Francis will get the odd game. He's a good player to have as backup, but he couldn't help us win this game. It ends 0-0. And the points are shared, so to speak. So, unfortunately, it's another draw. Not another good result there. And now, I think this is arguably just as big as the game against Brighton in the last episode. This time up against Watford, who are top of the league with ourselves, and Brighton 1 point below us. So they are 3 points ahead, Watford. I've got to win this game. If I don't win this game, I'm going to go down to third, and I'm going to be 6 points behind Watford, who would be top of the table. 6 points, that is a lot. And I got off to a cracking start here. I won the ball down at right back with Ritchie. Pass it in here to O'Kane, who slots it in for Wilson. Beautiful pass. The keeper didn't know what to do. He was just like, do I come? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay? And eventually he decides to kind of do a bit of both. And it's absolutely retarded because Wilson, he's too quick. He gets to the ball way quicker than the goalkeeper can, even though the ball is going in the keeper's direction, and he slots it home. Terrible goalkeeping, but a massive, massive goal. It could mean so much, even though we're so early on in the season, not even halfway yet. But either way, Watford, they are no pushover. They've got a great team. Deeney up front, had a great season so far. Comes very close with the chance there, and he's all over me at the moment. He's such a handful up front. I believe he's got a purple card in Ultimate Team, has he not, along with Wilson? 2 very good English strikers, or young English strikers, I should say. But he gets another chance here, this time with his left foot, which just goes wide once again. So he was getting almighty close every single chance, and closer every chance. And I was trying to limit as many chances as I could with Watford, because I knew that if they scored, I might bottle it. And look at this. What a goal. Wait, it's not a goal. It's been ruled off. And guys, watch this replay. I have just been given the biggest miracle or favour, whatever you want to call it. He is not offside. Look at this. He is onside. It's the first time I've genuinely seen a goal ruled offside, even though it wasn't. You can see him there as the ball is actually played. He's not offside, and look at this finish. I mean, I feel so bad. And the funniest thing about this is, obviously, I felt bad, and I felt like I robbed them. But I didn't care because I needed to win this game. And literally straight after they scored that goal, I went up the other end and scored with Ranty. It was absolutely epic, guys. One of the best things I've done so far in this series is rob a goal like that and then just run up and score. And we get those 3 vital points against Watford. So I could go into this game against Nottingham Forest knowing I've done my best in the previous game. And this result would just be the cherry on top. And I went absolutely ham in this game. Fraser goes through and goal. It's a terrible pass, sweating it. But Ritchie's too good. He slots it in, no problem. 1-0 after 20 minutes. And then another 20 minutes in, we get our second goal. Kind of giving it away, but you can see here Fraser with a great first touch. Big, powerful first and second touch, I should say. And slots it in nicely with his left foot, his weaker foot, making it 2-0 before half-time. The question is can I get 3, maybe even 4, maybe some more goals with Wilson to increase his tally? Well, actually, they got back in the game pretty quick, and it was so close to being a goal. I could not believe my luck when they missed that. They will regret it, I promise you, because I win the ball in my own half here with 7 minutes to go. Arter plays through Wilson, and you know what's going to happen here. He's going to absolutely rinse the defender, just goes through him like he's not even there, and finesses it into the bottom right corner, and it's another 3 points. It could be huge, guys, this episode, because we've made big progress towards the January transfer window where we might be signing some players, and we've beaten Watford. Just the loss against Brighton holding me back. But you can see going into January, we are top of the table after 23 points, level on points with Watford, which is, yeah, that's really, really good. And there you can see we are in the January transfer window. So leave comments below. Tell me if there's any players you would like me to take a look at. Do I loan in Odegaard? I think most people will say yes. Let's have a little vote in the comments. Do I loan in Odegaard from Real Madrid? But thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you for a live commentary episode next. And see you then.